Hey guys, EBPMAN here, and today we're going to do an unboxing review of the Samsung Gear Frontier. Let's check it out. Now, Friday the 18th, the Samsung Gear Frontier was available to the general public all over North America. Many of the orders for the Frontier have been difficult to receive. Matter of fact, a lot of the online orders haven't been received here in the U.S., but many have been lucky by just going into an AT&T or T-Mobile store, and they've been able to pick it up. There's yet no information on when it will be available for Verizon or any other carrier, but if you do learn of that, please leave it on the channel. So today what I'm going to be doing is taking a look at the Gear Frontier. This is an AT&T version, and it's LTE capable. Let's do the unboxing, let's see what's in the box, and we'll talk about the product itself. Now, before doing the unboxing, I wanted to highlight that there are three versions of the S3. One is an LTE version, and that's the Frontier that you see here, and it's available only at the carriers, so AT&T and T-Mobile. The second is a Bluetooth version. That one is only available in the big box retailers like Best Buy and any other electronic store. They do not have the LTE version, so beware of that. One thing that you'll be able to notice is that the LTE version comes in a smaller box, and also there is a difference in the serial number or the part number for the ones that you pick up at Best Buy or any other big box retailer, and then the serial number is, or the part number is, different for the one at AT&T and T-Mobile. You also do have one that's called the Classic. The Classic at this time is not LTE capable. Okay, all three can do Samsung Pay, but they have to be connected to a Samsung phone. There are talks, and I've heard, and I'll be double checking this, where this is supposed to work with Samsung Pay on non-Samsung phones, but I haven't seen that yet. So let's go straight to the unboxing. Now you'll have to cut two seals that you have on the sides, and you'll find that the box itself feels like leather, like it's a soft material, which gives you that premium feel, because that's what really Samsung is going for. They're trying to go for a premium-like approach. So if you've gone to any stores and you've seen the way when you purchase a phone, or in this case a watch, it comes in a really nice box, and they take care to make sure that the unboxing experience really communicates that this is a watch type of experience. So here we have our Frontier. We'll move this out to the side. We'll remove this portion right here. And what you start to see now are all your accessories. Again, really nicely packaged. Notice this. They don't have to put this in a little pouch like this, but once again, they're giving you the experience as if this was a high-end watch. So here you have your charger in this nice little packaging. You have here, again, nicely wrapped, you have extra bands. So this is an extra band, and this is looks like it's a small band. So you have a small band, and then you have the one that's on there that you can switch. And you notice right here it has a quick release. So this quick release, all you do is use your nail. You don't need a tool to replace it. And let's make sure we can see that right there. So you can see that's small, so the large is on there. And what else is in here? You have a user guide, and that's pretty much it. So nothing much on that side. Put this back. On this side, you have micro USB charging cable. Let's double check that. Yeah, it's not USB-C. And then you have your charging base that looks just like the one for the S2. Now, taking a closer look at the watch, I have to say that this is probably one of the most striking updates or redesigns that I've seen in a smartwatch. I have used, I'm talking first generation, and I'll bring that into the camera in a couple seconds. I've had the Gear S and I have the Gear S2. I've had Classics. I also have the LG Urbane, as you can see in the channel, and I've been waiting for them to come out with a design that looks more like a watch, and this is definitely it. You'll notice here, I'll remove some of this, open this up, take off all the plastic off of it so that you can see everything that's involved there. We'll leave that one on. We get the back stuff off, and we'll leave the front on just for a second. So here you can see with the bezel, you have, this is the rotating bezel that allows you to rotate. This is your back button, and then this is your power and home button. Also, one of the things to note is that Samsung Pay gets activated by pressing and holding this button, and you could use this to pay both NFC payments and also MTS payments, which is, for those machines that say that they don't have NFC enabled, you can use this as well. You'll notice that, again, very much watch-like. On the back here, you'll see that you have your heart rate sensor. Everything is sealed, so it doesn't have a removable SIM. It has something that's called an eSIM, and a lot of people have questions about the eSIM. The eSIM is a software SIM. It's a physical hardware component inside of the watch, which means that this SIM, theoretically, you could take a watch to any carrier. Again, I say that theoretically, and you wouldn't have to replace the SIM. Let's face it, in many cases I've had in my experience, the SIMs go bad because of, they're actually a second component or separated component. This is not supposed to happen with this type of eSIM technology, and in theory it should be able to work across all carriers. I have not proven that yet. You'll notice that you have the nice controls right here. Again, a very nice looking, it looks just like a watch, and it's really not that thick. Right? So if I put it on my wrist, just to give you a sense, and I don't really have a big wrist, you'll notice how nice that looks. Really good looking watch. And then what I love also is the ability to just, all you do is grab this area right here, put your nail right there, and you push it, and you're going to be able to take off that band. Look how easy that was. Which means you're going to have the ability to just change bands up. So in the channel, what you're going to see is I have several bands that I've received where you're going to be able to go from, I'll put this on in a second, from casual to sporty, or to even more sport. So if you're someone that likes to change up bands and go from color to color, you'll be able to do that with this watch. So now, one of the things that you'll have to do is, before you can power this up and pair it, you're going to need to install on your phone the actually Samsung Gear Manager. And I'm going to go ahead and do that on my S7 Edge, and then go through the configuration, and then we'll take a look at the watch. Alright, so powering up the watch is pretty simple. I've already paired it to my phone, but I wanted to show you the startup process. Everything is very easy. It walks you through the entire process. It tells you what you need to do to go through the setup process. And there's a couple things that you can do. You can set up a lock. I've already changed the watch face, so I'm going to show you how to do that in a couple seconds. And I've also set up security pin because I want to talk about that as well. So when you're going to be implementing Samsung Pay, the watch knows when it's on your wrist. And in order to be able to use Samsung Pay with the watch, you're going to have to put in a security pin. That pin becomes enabled when the watch detects that it's not on your wrist. And for using for payments. So right now you notice I can't do anything with it because the watch, outside of seeing the time, and you notice that little lock there because of the security pin that's been enabled. I'm going to have several videos that are going to talk about all the features that you'll be able to see and how to configure them. But now moving over to the phone, let's focus on the phone for a second, and I'm going to bring up some of the settings so that you can see what's going on here. There's a lot of features. There's number sync if you're an AT&T user. There is also some other features that you can use that are specific to AT&T. It does come with some bloatware. It has AT&T's DirecTV app on there, which I'm not really too crazy about having because I don't have DirecTV, and you cannot uninstall it. But a couple things. Oops, sorry about that. But a couple things that we can take a look at is some of the features that you have. So I have it connected. You have watch faces, and you have a series of watch faces that you can configure. And there's a lot that you can get on the store as well. And if you like designing watch faces, there's an app that you can use to design that. You do have notifications, and you can determine the type of notifications that you're receiving. You can show notifications only when the watch is being worn, show while using the phone. You can turn them on and off. So notice right there it says show notifications from your phone on your Gear watch while you're using your phone. Turn on the screen. So it says turn on the Gear screen for new notifications, so it will turn on. Auto show details, so it's going to automatically do that for you. Notification indicators, and then smart relays, which allows you to set your phone to show the content from the Gear on your phone when you pick up after receiving a notification. So literally, it comes on your watch, and as soon as you pick up the phone, this syncs automatically, which is, I think, really, really convenient. We'll get out of the notifications for a second. You do have apps, and this is where you can see all the apps that are available. So you notice that there's a DirecTV app here, and I can uninstall it. So let's go ahead and uninstall. So we're going to uninstall that. I don't use DirecTV, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. At first I thought I couldn't uninstall it. So done, gone, love it. There's Digital Life as well, and I can uninstall that as well. So this is pretty cool that you have kind of that flexibility where you can uninstall a lot of the apps. You do have Samsung Pay, and Samsung Pay, even if you have it set up on the phone, you'll need to set it up on the watch again, and you'll need to re-register your credit cards. So we're going to go into settings here, and then here you can see that settings app, which is on the phone, is the latest one, and because again we're looking at all the apps, and you could again update them. There are several apps that I'm going to recommend that you consider installing. For example, these are in the very bottom. I've set up Uber, a stopwatch, Find My Car, Maps, and a timer. We'll talk about those a little bit later. We'll continue to go. So you have applications, and you can actually reorder the apps too. So we just saw them, but we didn't reorder them. So you can change the order in which they appear on the screen, and then if you choose reorder, notice how they appear on the screen here. You can actually change what page they show up on for those that are most frequently used. So we'll exit out of that. Exit one more time. You have send SOS content requests. So this is you can send default requests as to who you want to send things. Find your gear. Look at how your gear is connected. So if I go right here, you can see what's happening here. Now, there's a feature here that not many people know, and this works really well on Samsung devices and not so much on others. Remote connection. I enable this because in the event that you separate, in the event that your gear, which is right here, loses the Bluetooth connection, which is 30 feet, and you leave your phone, let's say in the bathroom, in the bedroom, and you're downstairs in the kitchen, what happens is any phone calls, any text messages automatically get forwarded to the gear, and the person who's on the phone never knows any different. So that's what that's going to do for you. So I recommend you enabling it. This is very different from number sync. Number sync means that one number is shared across two devices. This basically means if there's a separation, this will act as if it was your phone. And I'll tell you, the person on the other side doesn't even know any different. So this is a feature that I recommend because number sync in the past has just eaten up too much battery. So I typically don't enable it, but I do use this feature. So sync Wi-Fi profiles. Pretty self-explanatory. You do have quick messages, so you can set up some quick responses. Auto call forwarding. This is again, this has to do with what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off camera to make sure my content doesn't show up. And now let me just cover that. So here, for example, this I enable all the time. So this is receive calls made to your phone on gear if they are connected remotely. So that means if I lose a connection from my phone to my watch because of the distance, it's going to automatically forward my call to my watch, and then I have to input my phone number right there. So I've enabled that because I think that's a cool feature to have. In my mind, it's kind of a must-have. You do have social settings here. Let's go ahead and touch that, make sure there's any personal information there. I haven't really set it up, so you can set your S health, and then you can participate with other people. I'm going to go ahead and agree with all the terms. This is very common on Fitbit and some other applications. So it's going to keep track of all of your activities, how much you run, how much you walk. It will synchronize itself and update itself on some of the things that you're doing, and it's taking some of the settings that I already had. So cool app to have. And then you have your Samsung Pay. We're going to have a video only on Samsung Pay. All right, so that's everything on the app. Now let's look at the watch for a second. I'm going to go ahead and unlock it. Now I went ahead and changed the watch face, and I'm just going to show you some of the controls. So what you can do is, and let's go ahead and unlock it again. All right, I think it needs, so this is interesting. So let me go ahead and do this. I'm putting on the watch on because since it detects that it's not on my wrist, it's kind of locking itself. So notice how it's locked again. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock it. And once I put in my PIN and I come back to it, it now remains unlocked. So if you don't have it on your wrist and you unlock it, it's going to go back into lock mode. So this is how it works. If I rotate the bezel here, you basically get into this area here where we have all these apps. If I tap the apps, you'll notice all the apps that are here circularly. So I can, in this circular motion, just go through each one of the apps, and I can select either app just by tapping. So for example, if I want to go into S Health, I just tap. Don't have to tap on it in the center. On the app itself, I just tap in the center. To go back, you push the back button. To go home, you press that button there. To activate Samsung Pay, you press and hold this button. Samsung Pay comes up, and then you have to go through the setup process on your phone and add your card. Separate video on that. You do have the ability to configure and to add pages and to add content. Sorry about that, I got out of camera. And you have a lot of flexibility when it comes to adding content and contacts. What we're going to do is we're going to do a video just on how to use all the features, chat, text messaging, making phone calls, both connected and unconnected. But with this, we'll conclude this unboxing review, quick setup review, quick unboxing of the Samsung Gear S3 Frontier. And if you have any comments or questions about this product, please leave it in the comment area below. If you liked the video about the watch, give it a thumbs up. And as always, don't forget to share and subscribe.